Did Han Solo shoot first? Is the dress blue or white? Find all of that and more on another episode of Carry Out Conversations. Let's go, guys.
Spoiler alert, we're not going to address either of those two things.
No, we're not. Although we could.
Okay.
We could.
So it's an objective fact that Han did shoot first.
I don't think he did.
It,
I just think he was the better shot.
okay, one, it's an objective fact that Han did shoot first, and two, it's an objective fact that the dress is blue and black.
I don't even see how they could get the white and gold.
Well, so
out of
it's
that one. 'Cause
it's
it doesn't look anything like white and gold.
it's because like certain cameras, when they would like screenshot the photo of it or take the photo, it would like alter the coloring or
Yeah,
whatever.
it would alter the white balance or
Yeah.
possibly get washed out. So I kind of get
Maybe.
it, but
But
yeah, that was stupid.
Every picture I've ever seen of that stupid dress was blue and black, and I never saw anything else other than that. So
yeah, no, but Han did shoot first, and Han shot first because that's what Han did.
Because the dress was blue and black.
Yeah, he was mad. Greedo was like, "It's white and gold," and Han was like, "No, it wasn't," and shot him over an Instagram photo. No, but in the original movie, he just shot him. There was a disagreement. He shot him, and that was that. And that they did it that way on purpose to show that Han was kind of a rough and tumble guy.
yes, but at the same time, he wasn't okay. Was it like against the law in order to really fire unless you're fired upon? And so that's the reason why there's the debate is if he shot first or not. Because if he shot first, then yeah, he is strictly an outlaw and he should have been punished for it. But they use it as a self-defense mechanism, saying that the other guy shot first. Han was just a little bit quicker and a better shot.
Oh, sorry, Dave. You okay?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, sorry. No, I hit that pretty hard. No, but the original version, they had him shoot first, and then they edited it. And when they edited it, they had him move his head and then shoot. And it wasn't even like a good edit. Like it really wasn't. So it just doesn't. The whole point of Han is that he's unlawful good.
Also, they're in the outskirts. They're on Tatooine. Nobody cares about the law.
Well,
where they are.
They have the military police there, but it's the thing of like he's constantly stealing from people. He's constantly like, I mean, he's a smuggler, and sometimes you got to shoot a guy. He knew the deal was going south, so he killed Greedo. That's that. Also, he knew that Greedo was a piece of crap murderer and child abductor.
Well, yeah.
So he's unlawful good. That's the whole point of his character.
So the lesson for today, sometimes you got to shoot a guy.
Especially if they kidnap children. or they're, an alien.
Yes, we
A
could
green
really go
alien.
into that one. So if you guys can't tell, today we are just talking about not just Star Wars.
You sure
Oh,
about
let's
that?
be
seems-
honest.
Are you sure about that?
That seems to be the
about
only...
80% of this is going to be Star Wars.
I was going to say, honestly, we should probably just switch our entire show to just Star Wars.
Star Wars hot
Yeah,
takes?
just everything will be Star Wars now.
Well, I'd be fine with that, but
I wouldn't.
I would, but we would also not just Star Wars, because Star Wars is great, but Warhammer's better.
See, you're going to go into that again. You're going to go into Warhammer.
I'm gonna go into Warhammer. You know why I'm gonna go into Warhammer? Here's why I'm gonna go into Warhammer. Because Space Marines are stronger than Jedi, and that is that. One Space Marine could easily kill like 10 Halo Spartans, like almost no diff.
But I've actually seen Star Wars.
Okay, they're making a Warhammer show,
Yes.
so just watch that. There you go.
Well, yeah, most likely we'll watch it, but I mean, it doesn't matter.
But Warhammer does matter.
No, it
Warhammer
doesn't.
does. Warhammer's huge. It's growing.
Yeah, it's growing because of Henry Cavill.
No, it's not just growing
Cavill.
because of Henry
Is
Cavill.
it Cavill?
The main
Cavill?
they their fan base has made good use of like YouTube.
Because Henry.
No,
Cavill.
not because of Henry Cavill. That happened in the last year or two. But the Warhammer community has been consistently growing over the last like 10 to 15 years because of YouTube. So people do like lore videos and game breakdowns, and they do like video game reviews based on Warhammer. And because of that, it's been made more popular. The way I got into Warhammer is by watching YouTube lore videos about just random battles that happen in Warhammer, and then I got hooked. And now I'll buy like the audiobooks and stuff.
Yeah, but the fan base for Star Wars is already there and pretty well established.
Right, but the problem with the fan base of Star Wars is they're appreciating more something that is of less value. Okay, so like the scope of Star Wars. So Star Wars has a large scope in a sense, but it's very wide and not really deep on a lot of things.
And see, that is kind of the thing, because Star Wars does expand a lot. Like, it seems like every new movie, every new show, they're expanding it more and more because they want their fan base to grow. And it does kind of leave some stuff out, but at the same time, it's open to suggestion.
Yeah.
So So guys, if you can't tell,
My hot take is Warhammer is better than Star Wars. That's my hot take. There you go.
we're doing hot takes again today, and the reason why really is because I listened to the last episode that you guys did. Goodness, how many episodes was that ago? Like
3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
And see, okay, so kind of little side note for you guys. How we do this is we record about every 2 weeks. We record an episode. We all have our own lives. We all have jobs. We all have, our own personal stuff that we deal with. So this is not a full-time job for us. This is something that we do for fun for the moment. Yes, we would like to expand it and to grow it. But for the moment, we are doing this every 2 weeks we record, every 3 weeks we release. So by the time you guys are hearing this, I am in my mental state about 3 episodes behind, because I just listened to the episode where you guys, it was just you two.
Yeah.
Released on your hot takes, and so that kind of sparked into a little bit more, because I started thinking about some of the stuff that you guys had talked about, which we can dive into a little bit too. There is one that Dave kind of mentioned that I will go into because it's actually kind of a cool little backstory type thing. So yeah, hot takes. They don't necessarily have to be movie wise. They don't necessarily have to be Star Wars. They can be anything we want. And so for the next little bit, you guys get to hear us talk about literally whatever we want.
That is the coolest thing you've ever seen.
No.
That is so cool. It's a giant guy in knight armor, but he's in space.
No. That looks like the extra Power Ranger dude from Lightspeed Rescue. Yeah, it looks like a Power Ranger guy.
Bro, what are you talking about? Do you think Master Chief looks like a Power Ranger?
No, because Master Chief is Master Chief.
Okay, well, I'm deeply offended. Actually, I'm not. Power Rangers are awesome.
Yes,
and the
Power Rangers are awesome.
The Power Rangers would also stomp Master Chief and the Jedi.
No. The Jedi, maybe, because the Jedi would just...
Megazords.
Just kind of use their little
Megazords are OP. It's a galactic level threat. Okay, you have hot takes. I want to hear them.
Yes. Master Chief is better than anybody else. That's one of my hot takes.
That
is one of my hot takes.
No.
And I have people that will back me up.
He is like physically limited in so many ways.
He is not
and he is
physically
protected.
Limited. He is physically limited just because
He's a human.
If he released his true power.
His true power.
Yes.
He is a Spartan 2.
Yep.
That is all.
No.
He is a very lucky Spartan 2, but he is a Spartan 2.
Throughout the entire franchise, the Halo franchise, the Halo universe, he grew exponentially in power, intellect, his agility. He grew in every single aspect of his life.
Mm-hmm.
They had to make the armor to hold him back, because at the time when they made them, and I can never say that, Mjolnir armor, it was to limit, or it was to bring the people up to the point of being able to use the armor.
Mm-hmm.
They actually had to limit his, because he was actually breaking out of his armor. It exceeding every test, every limit that his armor would allow him to do. And so they actually had to build it, which was the 2. Ended up being actually, I think they gave him like a level 3 later on because he literally blew out of the other one.
Yeah, and that's impressive. But even the upper end of Master Chief's capabilities is like below what your standard Space Marine would have in Warhammer. It really is, because Warhammer is like leagues above in technological advancement than Halo or Star Wars.
But Warhammer has to use the technology in order to advance.
Yeah, sure. He might be like on his own cool, but you take away his Mjolnir armor and all the if you take away all the genetic enhancements that he went through, he might be strong, but he's not going to be as strong as a regular Spartan without anything.
I think he'd still give him a run for his money.
Okay.
Just because
Yeah, so he has natural talent, but like
Dave's about to fall asleep already.
no, okay, because the round, literally one round.
We'll get to you, Dave, here in a moment.
One round of a Space Marine rifle is like a 50 cal incendiary rifle that fires at full auto. They don't even call them bullets. They call them bolts because they're that big and powerful. Like, those things punch through tanks.
Mm-hmm.
If Master Chief got hit with one of those, it would break his shield, go through his chest, and out the back.
It's a 50 millimeter bullet. What wouldn't go through?
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Master Chief isn't the...
But they have to use that big of a gun.
That's their standard rifle,
But they
John.
But they
It's
have
their
to
standard
use
rifle.
They have to use that big of a gun in order to get the job done. Whereas Master Chief,
Yeah, 'cause
thinking
he's-
walks around with a pistol.
Yeah, because he's got weak baby hands. Space Marines can't even hold weak baby hand guns because they have big hands because they're stronger.
Your
A space
point's not.
No, your original point was that Master Chief is the strongest.
I didn't say he was the strongest. I say he could
Beat anyone.
Yeah.
No, and I'm proving he can't beat anyone. You made a blanket statement, and that statement is blanketly false.
No.
He cannot beat anyone. I
Just
think
like-
Darth Vader would beat Master
Just
Chief.
like my dad can beat up your dad, so that's all that matters. Okay?
No. Well, my dad could beat up a space. No kidding.
All right.
So, what was your theory with Dave's of the last episode?
Oh man. So in one of the things, and this is part of the hot take, and I don't want to really get into it just yet, but
Okay.
one of the cool lures about what Dave had brought up was the Little Mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
And he and I kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, is that, okay, we don't know what happened to Ariel's mom,
Mm-hmm.
right? We know that something happened in between a human and her. It is believed that she was kidnapped, and I will get into that a little bit more here in a
Okay.
moment. But it is believed that she was kidnapped, and that the reason why you never hear really anything about her is because the people that kidnapped her tied her to the front of their boat, and she eventually dried out, and to what is now like the reason why you see pirate ships that have like the mermaid on the front of the boat
Mm-hmm.
is because of that.
That's a horrifying death.
Sounds like Disney.
It would be a horrifying death, and it is something Disney would do for sure. So yes, we will get into that one here in a moment.
That's crazy.
Because I have a big, like, there's a big
Okay.
loop that I'm going to get into.
Give us one of your other ones.
My first hot take, okay, and this is kind of like a fan theory type thing, because
Okay.
I've seen this a couple of times. I've seen this story, but my first hot take of it is, okay, the donkey from Shrek was actually a human at one point.
Oh, I believe it.
I've heard this theory before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if anybody goes through TikTok, yes, they've heard it kind of talked about a little bit, and this is part of, kind of where I got it from. But you see, like in the first part of the Shrek, when you first see Donkey, you see him right next to Pinocchio. Pinocchio and Donkey are really, really close to each other. So it is believed that Donkey is actually Lampwick from Pinocchio that never got changed back into a human. He grew up as a donkey. Because when you watch Pinocchio, and it's been forever since I've really seen Pinocchio, but when you watch Pinocchio, you get this little foul-mouthed boy that is just kind of like goes on this rebellious state with Pinocchio. They both get turned into a donkey. Pinocchio realizes his mistake, asks for forgiveness. The fairy changes him back, or whatever. But the last you see Lampwick, he's being tied to a string of donkeys to lead a cart, and you never see anything else about him again. So moving into Shrek, you've got Donkey, which is a foul-mouthed little rebellious animal that can talk, obviously, because he's foul-mouthed. But yeah, it's believed that because you never see Lampwick being changed into the boy again, that he grew up as a donkey, eventually met Pinocchio again at one point, but by that time it was already too late for him to change.
Yeah, I don't know if it's specifically Lampwick, but I believe that he was a person. Definitely believe he was a person who became a donkey, because the laws of logic don't apply to the Shrek world. Okay, they just don't. Like the fact that they have cameras that record the mythical creatures getting put to prison, and then they show that in the city.
Yes.
Like, how do they do that? They're in medieval times. How do they have cameras to record?
It was a parody of Cops.
No, I know, but they had to have cameras for the parody of Cops to work, because it's from the perspectives of the characters in the world. So what do
they were watching it on a magic mirror, though, or were they?
Okay, but what is
I think they were.
Okay,
Yes,
so
he was watching it on a
So how does it go from a magic mirror? What does the magic mirror use to record that in HD and then live stream it to him, and he is a screen? Is the magic mirror just like a streaming AI?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. Actually, that'd be pretty boss.
Hot take. The magic mirror is a streaming AI.
He was the first Netflix.
Yeah.
Get it? Netflix, because they captured the animals.
And nets. Yeah, and flicks like a movie.
Yep.
Yeah. No, but I think that's a pretty good theory. I agree for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. Shrek itself, like the movie of
So
Shrek
good.
itself is so good, but it's so messed up too. Like there's so many like little hidden things that you don't really notice. Like, and I know this is one that everybody does notice, but it trips me out every time I think about it. Going back to the very first part of that movie again, when all the mythical creatures are being captured, you see the three little bears. You see Mama Bear in one cage, Daddy Bear and Baby Bear in another cage. Later on in the swamp, you only see the dad and the baby. Going into the dude's castle, it pans through the room. You see a bearskin rug with the pink head bow that the mother bear was wearing at the time.
I never noticed that one.
Yes,
Are you kidding me?
I would
Evidently,
say
neither
go
is
back.
Noah.
I would say go back and watch that just for that scene. You see the mother bear wearing a pink head bow when she's in the cage and she's trying to console her baby. And plus, you notice that the way the cages are set up was already set up for Mama Bear to be taken somewhere else, because she was in one spot, and then then the dad and the son were really close to each other, just a little, further away. So they had already separated them. And then, yeah, as it pans through the bedroom, you see the bearskin rug with the pink head bow. And that's just something that's like, I think it's very clever because they actually just kind of threw that in there.
So I like hunting.
Mhm.
I'm a big proponent of hunting and farming and all that stuff. It's actually really good for animals because the money goes to preserving their wildlife habitats. So if you're gonna hunt, do it legally and pay the wildlife preserve people. So, but I'm a big fan of hunting. I like squirrel hunting and small game, preferably. But I don't like when people hunt bears.
Why?
I have no good moral argument. It's just it feels wrong. I don't.
So it's something you can't bear.
Yeah, no, genuinely, because bears are like they're like fluffy dogs
That will eat your face,
dude. Yeah, I know, but that's why I don't go near them. But like bears are so nice and like loving and kind. They're also monsters that will destroy you, and I'm aware of that. But like, I have an affinity for bears. Like, do you ever watch Brother Bear?
Gosh, yes,
Dude, what?
Just go on.
You're about to hate on one of the greatest movies of all time.
No, well, okay, there's a reason, but go ahead.
Okay, so but Brother Bear, like you watch that movie, you get like a heart for the bear. You know, you're like, oh, he's got feelings. You know, and then you're like, I don't want to kill a bear. Then you see bears out in the wild, like or videos of bear out in the wild. That's a beautiful creature. I don't want to kill that. If I killed it and ate it because I had to survive, I wouldn't feel too bad about it. But I got elk and cows.
Well, yeah, just killing an animal for sport, that's something different. But I mean, like you gotta. I've always grown up, you hunt to eat.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree with that. But just personally for me, I wouldn't hunt a bear just because it bothers me.
I think I would for the experience. For the experience. Now, granted, I would eat it. I would.
Oh, I would eat the bear if I hunted it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just wouldn't.
But just for the experience of going one time, I think I would.
Yeah.
No, the reason why I don't like Brother Bear.
This is like it's gonna make me cry. I love Brother Bear.
No. The reason I don't like Brother Bear is when I was down south, I used to work at a church that wasn't in my hometown. So it was like a little, it was probably about like an hour away from where I lived. So I would go and I would usually stay at somebody's house that was at the church.
Sure.
Whether it was a friend, there was another, family that lived just a little ways down from the church that allowed me to stay there with them. And every Sunday morning, 5:00, the Brother Bear song would be on. 6:30, the Brother Bear song. 7:30, the Brother Bear. I mean, it was just these kids, and they had like 3 kids. They would sit down and watch that movie at least 4 times before church started. I got so sick of that movie just because of that I, to this day, I have not watched it since.
So is it the On My Way song? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's kind of an annoying song. I'll give you that. Like
the movie itself is annoying.
Well, that's not true. It's a beautiful tale about brotherhood and bears. What's your opinion on Brother Bear, Dave?
Only saw it once. Don't remember much of the plot.
Oh my gosh! All right, here's the first problem. Y'all got to rewatch Brother Bear.
Got to.
You got to. It's a great movie.
I'd rather watch.
I tend to avoid anything that has tear-jerking moments, and I know that has a couple.
It has like 7. Well, so like it's sad because his brother.
Brave too. Brave's a good one too.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Brave
About
is a
Bear.
good. Yeah. Well, about Bear. Brother Bear is better bear movie though than Brave.
Brother Bear is a better bear movie to bear.
I'm all about bears, man. I don't know what you want from me. No, but like Brother Bear does.
We got Dwight Schrute over here, everybody.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
What about Batman?
False.
False. Which Batman? Because like the Batman from the 1950 show is getting destroyed by a bear.
Oh, well, of course.
He's gonna be
Lego
like,
Batman.
He'll be like, Robin, grab my bear spray, and then Robin's getting eaten by a different bear. And then he'd what's his name? Adam West.
Adam West, yeah.
Adam West would get destroyed. But like the current,
Lego Batman.
no,
That is the definitive Batman. That's my hot take. Lego Batman is the definitive Batman.
okay, he's not my favorite Batman, but the definitive Batman is Michael Keaton.
Kevin Conroy.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy
Yep.
is the definitive Batman.
Yep, Kevin Conroy.
Because well, he wasn't just in the animated series, but he was also in a lot of the DC animated movies and the Arkham games. Yeah,
Yeah, he was a voice actor. He lent his voice to a lot of Batman related projects.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. But for the definitive,
You'll give me that. That's facts.
no, I'll give you that. I was saying to Jonathan, I'll give him that Kevin Conroy is the definitive Batman.
Yeah.
But as far as like, I don't know, when I think of live action, I think it's Michael Keaton.
Lego Batman.
That's not live action, Dave. They didn't record like stop motion Legos and just string all that together.
That would
They
be kinda,
should.
That would be kind of cool if they did.
That would have cost so much more money.
That would be kind of cool if they did. I think honestly, I kind of like Ben Affleck. I like Affleck.
I like Ben Affleck. Never mind. I'm gonna stop talking. No, I think Robert.
Noah, stop talking.
I think
that'd be a first.
I think Robert Pattinson did a better job.
Uh,
Robert Pattinson's Batman movie was phenomenal. Everyone was like, "Oh, he's not going to be a good Batman." He did a great job. He wasn't a great Bruce Wayne,
okay, yeah,
but he was a great Batman.
yeah. Affleck was a better Bruce Wayne than a Batman.
Yeah.
Honestly, if we really want to go that route, I think the overall best Batman is Christian Bale.
So
He did a great job on both sides.
So you know what I think they're going to do with the next Batman movie with Robert Pattinson? Is I think they're going to crank up the Bruce Wayne. Because the idea of the one they just did was that he is still learning how to be Bruce Wayne because he just got out of train. Like he's still new to being Batman, so he hasn't adjusted to being the, prince of
To
the
be
city.
both sides.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they're going to change that. But right now, even like, okay, I love the Christian Bale movies. I love them so much. I even like the third one. And the third one isn't that great.
Oh, I love the third one.
But I still like it. But I think Pattinson has a really good chance of actually doing a better job than Bale in the next two movies. He has to be careful, and they have to continue writing it the way they wrote the last one, maybe with a couple tweaks.
Mm-hmm.
But
The thing with Robert Pattinson's Batman is not necessarily that he hasn't had the chance to learn how to have both sides. They made it to where he's been Batman for just a straight year.
yeah,
Like nothing but. And so because of that, the Bruce Wayne side has not had to come out yet. And so he's tired.
yeah,
Like even in the movie, like when they showed him as Bruce Wayne, he looked just
spent.
exasperated. Yeah. Because of the fact that he's given so much to being Batman that he hasn't had the chance to stop and be Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
Whereas like all the other ones, Michael Keaton, Christian Bale,
they're established already.
they're established
yeah.
already. Yeah. And so it does kind of bring it into a different perspective as far as, the way Bruce Wayne and Batman kind of collide with each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how they can really do it.
They need to change the writing. So they need to do like a little bit of a time skip and then have like the opening scene be him as Bruce Wayne at some charity event or whatever, giving some like speech or something like that. They just need to really throw Bruce Wayne at you and then have like a really dark scene with him as Batman. What would be a really cool way to do it is you open up with a speech he's giving and then you like clip it next to, or like you switch to later that night of him fighting crime, and
As
then-
he's-
yeah,
yeah,
as
as
he's
he's
giving the
giving
speech.
the speech.
So it kind of shows the dichotomy of the mask, which is Bruce Wayne, and then the real him, which is Batman.
That
but-
could work.
But what did you think of Pattinson's performance, Dave?
Didn't see it.
Did you not see it because it was Pattinson?
No, I just haven't seen. I haven't seen like any recent Batman movies. The most recent one I've seen was Dark Knight.
Okay.
You haven't seen the third Christian Bale movie?
No.
The Dark Knight Rises was it's a good way to end the trilogy.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I do think that as problematic as the movie was, it ended the trilogy very well.
But I have seen Lego Batman.
Of course,
I was just happy that Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in it. I love Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I do too.
He's like one of my favorite actors.
I do like how they teased it.
Oh yeah,
His
him
character.
being-
Yeah, they teased his character. Which I won't give it away so that way Dave can catch up.
just to never do anything with it.
Yeah. That part was the part that kind of got me is they tease it so much you're like, oh, and then it's just
I want to see a
falls
modern.
flat.
I want to see a modern Batman movie where Batman just like finds an orphan and is like, "You will be Robin," and the kid's like, "What?" It's like, "Yes, you will. You will be Robin."
hard pass. I saw what happened to the others.
Well, no, but it'd be the first Robin.
Oh,
It'd
no,
be
that's
Dick
true.
Grayson, like because that's just a concept that wouldn't fly nowadays. It's like 16-year-old or like what 12, 13-year-old boy. It's like your parents have died. Now come fight crime with me.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know about that one. All right, so moving on.
Hot take.
Yes,
Next hot take.
What's our next one, Dave? What you got, man?
Lego Batman.
Stop. Lego.
At least it's not.
Would Lego Batman lose to Lego Darth Maul?
No,
No.
You don't think so?
he would kick Darth Maul's behind.
But I feel like he wouldn't. Well, he's got gadgets. The gadgets would make up for the.
Darth Maul just sucks as a fighter to begin with.
No. Darth Maul in Episode 1 sucks as a fighter,
Yes,
and then he becomes badass in Clone Wars.
Yes, Clone Wars.
because he's he's part robot now.
That's
So-
true. He is. Yeah.
So kind of a cool like little tidbit. Have you noticed in the Star Wars franchise that Darth Maul is the only character with an earring?
Never noticed.
And
Darth
have
Maul
you-
had an earring?
Okay, there is a thing behind this that I really do applaud. If anything else, I applaud the Star Wars creators for carrying this on. In Episode 1, they were, of course, Darth Maul is supposed to be this vicious,
Assassin.
assassin.
Yeah.
Has no ties to anything, has no like material value at all. The actor playing Darth Maul forgot at one time to take his earring out before filming.
Mm.
Because of that, instead of like it was such a long scene that they couldn't go back and really just edit it out. So they edited an earring every time you see Darth Maul from now on.
Mm.
Whether it's Lego, whether it's in the Clone Wars, he has the earring in, and it was because of a simple little goof, quote
That's
unquote
awesome.
goof.
That's
that
awesome.
I haven't seen I've only seen some of the Lego Star Wars content. I haven't seen nearly enough.
Yeah, even the video games. Like I like the video game, like the Lego Star Wars video games and stuff like that.
I have a ton of Lego Star Wars stuff I bought from Chinese websites just
Oh,
sitting in my
goodness.
room.
But what about Lego Batman?
I don't have those, but if you guys want Star Wars Legos, let me know. I got just too many and I have no purpose for them.
Okay, I'm gonna get into this one here because we're gonna move on here.
Okay, yeah.
Unless Dave's got another one other
No.
than Lego Batman. So, going back into what we were talking about earlier about the mermaid.
Okay.
Okay, it is because of this that the Little Mermaid, Frozen, and Tarzan are all connected.
Okay.
All right, and it's gonna get a little bit deep, so just bear with me for a second. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we start off in Frozen. All right. The parents have Elsa and Anna. They are both, such beautiful little children. They play and then blah, blah, blah. And then something happens where Anna is injured because of Elsa. And as they are growing up, the parents decide that they're going to take a trip.
Mm-hmm.
So we see them getting on a ship and they leave. Okay. A little bit later during that scene, they are in the middle of a storm, ship sinks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then it is believed that let me see, I'm trying to get where I'm at. before the storm hits, they run into a mermaid. That the men that are on the ship, not necessarily Elsa's parents, but the men that are on the ship fall in love with this mermaid. Okay, basically what they call like the siren theory, where because of the mermaid song they become entranced and this type of thing. So they fall in love with this mermaid. They got to find a way. They want to be able to keep hearing her song. So this particular mermaid happens to be Ariel's mom. She is infatuated with humans, so she kind of makes an agreement with the people on the ship that she would sing for them, and then they would give her like the little trinkets that you see Ariel has later on. The men ultimately coerce her onto the ship, kidnap her, tie her to the front of the boat, and then she's dragged off. That's why you never see the Little Mermaid again. King Triton is enraged by this because now he hates humans, so he sends a storm to sink the ship to try to get his wife back. Okay, by then it's too late. Wife's already died. So, storm hits, ship sinks. The people are now washed up on a deserted island. One by one, they're picked off. They're just getting killed by the wildlife and things of this, except for one man and one woman. The woman being the mother of
Tarzan.
in a moment, but the
No.
mother being Elsa and Anna's mom.
Mm.
Oh,
So, because again, you got to remember, it's like, okay, shipwreck. Here they are. They're on an island now.
Mm.
So Elsa and Anna's mom survived. The dad died, but another man from the ship survived. So they're on this island, and they become basically, they're like, okay, there's no way to get off this island. We might as well, make do what we can. So they start building the shelters, the tree houses. They end up falling in love, having a child, which ends up being Tarzan. Okay. Now, here's the thing about it. Here's where it gets a little bit fuzzy. But Tarzan's able to communicate with the animals, correct? He's
Yes.
able to communicate with the apes because, as we know, Tarzan's mom and dad, they both get killed, and the apes raise Tarzan as one of their own. So he's able to communicate with them and able to communicate with more of the other animals. Flip it over. Who else in this whole 3-part of it here is able to communicate with an animal?
I mean, Ariel, because
Mhm.
she can talk to fish.
Yes, but besides that one, Kristoff
Yeah.
from Frozen.
Yeah, Kristoff can talk to his moose.
It's reindeer.
Sorry.
But
Reindeers are better than people.
yes.
Oh.
It is the theory that Tarzan's dad is actually Kristoff's dad because you never see Kristoff's dad at all. You never see his parents.
Mm.
And it's believed that they had both died, which would kind of make sense that the mom passed away, so the dad decides to take a job as a sailor to help make money for his son, and then you never see them again, which is why Kristoff is raised by the little rock.
I just thought the rock
People.
trolls kidnapped him.
No. Well, she did kind of say, "You're coming home with me,"
Yes.
that type of thing. But
And that's how you adopt a kid.
apparently, yes.
What?
So, yes. So, Elsa and Anna's parents get on a ship. They kidnap Ariel's mom. Ariel's dad kills them with the storm, or shipwrecks them with the storm. Elsa and Anna's mom and Kristoff's dad, they get it on, and now Tarzan's there, and we have the best Disney soundtrack of all times.
Tarzan or Frozen?
Yes, Tarzan.
Oh.
Tarzan has the best animated movie soundtrack ever.
I don't
Oh, it has the best animated
Okay,
soundtrack.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, I like a lot of songs in Tarzan,
Yes.
but of all time,
Yes.
best animated soundtrack.
Give me another Disney movie that has a better soundtrack than Tarzan.
King.
No.
I think
I mean, it was composed by Elton
I
John.
think Lion King is pretty dang good.
It's good, but it doesn't hold up to
Well, here's the thing about Tarzan. Lion King, Little Mermaid, Hercules, Aladdin, those are all like actual musicals.
right.
The music in Tarzan is like background music. It describes the story, but it's not part of the story
They don't
like
sing.
they do in a musical.
Yeah, they don't sing at all.
So Tarzan's kind of set apart in that regard, so it's hard to compare it to the others because all the others pretty much are musicals.
Pocahontas has good music too.
Yeah, but not one single polka. There's my hot take. That
Where
that
is it?
movie?
Where's
that
the
is a
polka
huge,
in the Haunted?
huge missed opportunity. Not one polka in the whole thing.
Yeah. What is it? Colors of the Wind is just. I think Colors of the Wind is better than
I could be wrong
almost
about
any
this,
song in Tarzan.
but the person who composed Colors of the Wind was likely Alan Menken, who also composed like most of the music in Aladdin and
Yeah, I love his
Little
style.
Mermaid and Little Shop of Horrors and probably a bunch of others that I'm forgetting.
I don't like any of the songs in Little Mermaid.
No.
They didn't do a great job with those, in my opinion.
They did for the time.
But the same dude composed most of the music in Aladdin.
Yeah, Aladdin was wonderful.
Yes.
I actually, people don't. Man, I don't know. Aladdin, I don't like Genie. That's my hot take.
You don't like the best part of the whole movie?
No, I don't. I don't. I like.
Is it because of Robin Williams or do
No,
you
I
not-
love Robin Williams.
Okay, do you not like the new version with
No,
Will Smith?
I don't like. I love Robin Williams. I don't
See, I
love.
thought Will Smith did a good job.
He did.
I thought
he did
a
all
good
right,
job.
yeah.
It definitely didn't hold up to.
He wasn't Robin Williams. Like that's the thing is like it's the original set a precedent. Like if you are not Robin Williams, you're not going to live up to Robin Williams. So it didn't matter who it was, whether it was Will Smith or anyone else.
Very true.
They're not Robin Williams.
Very true.
So they can't be Robin Williams.
But my best part, my favorite parts about Disney films are when they take themselves seriously. Okay. And like, so her dad annoyed the heck out of me. Okay. And so does Robin Williams' character in that. It doesn't mean I hate Robin Williams. I love Robin Williams. But my favorite Robin Williams movies aren't Flubber. Okay. My favorite Robin Williams movies are Good Will Hunting and Dead Poet Society.
Both are good movies. They take a serious, kind of a serious mark with them.
See, I liked Mrs. Doubtfire and Patch Adams.
I do too.
I don't like Patch Adams.
Oh, I love Patch Adams.
So Patch Adams is
So
not
sad,
It's
but-
not a bad film, but I don't think they did as good a job as showing that he was also a competent doctor.
But that's the thing is he wasn't a doctor
He's a medical student.
that never graduated.
I mean, in the movie he did. I don't know the real story.
No, in the movie he never actually graduated.
Yeah, he did.
Thought he did.
He had the back cut out of his gown.
Oh,
You
at the
don't-
end,
you
of
don't
at the very end of the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm talking about throughout the movie
Yeah, but
itself.
as a medical, like even when they're doing rounds, like okay, so he does a good job where he's like, this patient is blah blah blah, and we will have to amputate. Patch Adams is like, what's her name? You know, he's addressing that there's a problem with the bedside manner.
Mhm.
But the scene with him and his roommate, where his roommate is like, yeah, I'm here to, I care about people.
You
but
don't
I'm-
take this seriously
but-
enough,
yeah,
basically.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm sitting there and I'm supposed to disagree with his roommate, but his roommate's right. His roommate is right. Yes, comfort and love your patients, but read your damn textbook. Like,
But it's also mentioned in that film that he actually is doing very well in test scores and stuff.
Yeah, but
and
I don't think they did a good job of displaying that as much.
I'll agree to that point.
But that's just my personal critique. I don't hate Patch Adams. I just don't. I don't find it. I don't know. I really didn't like Robin Williams in that role. I would have preferred someone else in that role.
Yeah, see, I can't think of anybody else. Honestly, I mean, when you watch a certain movie, like nowadays, because everything's just rehashed, it's like you can almost look at a movie and be like, yeah, this would have been better with this person or with this person. But it's like going back to some of the older movies like Patch Adams, I can't think of a better person than Robin Williams. Just like I can't think of a better person than Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump. Or what?
I think of a lot of people who'd be better than Tom Hanks and Forrest Gump.
See, I can't because
but I could be mean with it. You just
now if they were to remake it, then yeah, there's other people
person.
that I think they could do with it. I think Miles Teller would be a good
Miles Teller.
He is goodness.
Guy from Harry Potter.
No.
Miles Teller. That's Miles Teller's the guy from Whiplash.
Yes.
And War Dogs. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was in War Dogs.
It's a great movie.
It was okay. I don't like Jonah Hill. That'll be my hot take for that movie. I don't like Jonah Hill.
I don't like Jonah Hill either, but that's the perfect role for Jonah Hill.
I mean, you're allowed to just not like Jonah Hill. Like as an actor, that's not a hot take.
Well,
yeah.
I know some people that are like, oh, Jonah Hill is the funniest thing. I don't like Jonah Hill.
No, Jonah Hill is budget Seth Rogen.
I always found him a bit abrasive.
Me neither.
I cannot stand Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen is the absolute.
Seth Rogen has his moments, but they're few and far between.
I've never seen one.
I love the movie Superbad, but I don't like Jonah Hill in it. I like McLovin. Mm-hmm. I forget the actor's name, but he's in a lot of stuff I like, and I like Michael Cera's role in that. The side characters are phenomenal.
Yes,
I love Bill Hader as the cop in that.
Bill Hader is good.
Bill Hader is an underrated actor.
Sorry, McLovin, we know you're not we know you're not 21, but we just wanted to show you a good time. we wanted to show you that cops are cool.
Ooh, Forrest Gump with Bill Hader.
Oh my gosh, yes.
As Sergeant Dan.
No,
I would see him as Sergeant Dan.
As Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Dan. Sorry.
Have you seen Lieutenant Dan? Have you seen Barry?
I've seen the first season.
Okay,
I'm behind.
I've seen all of Barry. Get caught up. It's so good. But because of Barry, I could see him as Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, I could see him too. Honestly, I think Miles Teller would be Forrest Gump and Bill Hader would be Lieutenant Dan. And Chloe Grace Moritz would be
who's Chloe Grace Moritz?
She's the girl from Carrie, like the new Carrie. She's in Let Me In, which is another horror movie. It's actually a decent one. It was a remake of like a French movie.
Oh gosh, no.
Yeah, I think that's who I think.
Hard pass.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about it. That Jenny was not the cutest.
Yes, she was.
See, I don't think she was.
The actress who played Jenny?
I didn't think it worked well. Like, I thought she
was in something else. I can't remember what that something else was. She wasn't in a lot of movies.
Okay.
You're talking about the original Jenny?
Okay, yeah, you're right. Looking back, maybe she wasn't she was meant to be pretty, though, but she's not my type of pretty.
Yeah.
But, like, okay, but you would have, I don't know, pick, like, Margot Robbie or something.
No.
Why not?
Because I don't like Margot Robbie.
Yeah, but, like, it's just, she would be a better cast for Jenny. She could play a nice character who's attractive.
See, the problem...
It's all Jenny. Or a drugged-out character like she did in the Wall Street movie. Wall Street.
Oh, yeah, Wolf of Wall Street. That's good. Yeah, that's true, too.
Haven't seen it.
The thing about... And here's a hot take, if you want to call it a hot take. It's just something that, the problem that we have is certain actors have pigeonholed themselves into certain roles that you'll never be able to see them in anything else in.
That's true.
I can't see Margot Robbie without thinking of Suicide Squad. She is the Harley Quinn for me. It's like that. Every time I see her in any movie, anytime I hear her talk, that's immediately where my mind goes is Harley Quinn.
Yeah, when I watch Suicide Squad, I forget that that's Margot Robbie.
Yeah, see,
that's I'm like, oh, whatever. Because the first time I saw her in a movie was Wolf of Wall Street. So but I think she has a really good like acting range.
She does, but it's just one of those things of like you see her just like, okay, since we're talking about it, you see Tom Hanks. A lot of the movies now, like you don't see Tom Hanks, you see Forrest Gump. You see, the engineer from Polar Express. Those types of things. Like you see these types of
Polar Express with Bill Hader instead of Tom Hanks.
But Bill Hader is the kid. Bill Hader is the kid. He's like, oh, hey, Tom.
That would almost be a horror movie.
Tom Hanks and him fight to the death.
But yeah,
Polar Express almost is a horror movie.
Like, it kind of is.
You just tweak a couple of things, like especially with the creepy music playing in the empty warehouse or whatever that was, or was it the train station? I can't remember.
What impresses me is the choreography for the Hot Cocoa song. Like, how do they train those guys? Who pays them? Santa? Where's Santa getting the money to pay them?
Where's Santa getting the money to fund anything that happens?
Wasn't Santa basically the engineer?
No, they don't.
Every adult character in that film is voiced by Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Every adult character?
Including Santa, yes.
That's trippy.
Yeah.
So you could argue it's all the hallucination of like the kid.
Could be.
Yeah.
Because his dad is also played by Tom Hanks. So
my gosh.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, new theory. Polar Express never happened. The kid had a schizo episode in his bed. And it's like, my dad is Tom Hanks and Santa.
Well, it just means he idolizes dad that much.
I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
But if I idolized my dad, I wouldn't make my dad Santa.
Now,
I'd make him Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, goodness. Ugh.
But
now, if you want to get into a tragic hot take, we talked about Finding Nemo before.
Okay.
The whole movie of Finding Nemo is just Marlin reliving or basically having a mental breakdown.
Yeah. After the trauma.
The
trauma happens.
Marlin's
and then Marlin imagines the rest of the movie.
Because Nemo never survived. Dora is his mind trying to forget the trauma from happening.
Oh, so she's a manifestation.
She's a manifestation.
Okay.
Of the brain trying to forget
what happened.
Yeah. The turtle is his the turtle is his cool side, like basically what is it, like the 5 stages of grief?
Yeah. Like bargaining?
The turtle's more or less like the
acceptance.
The acceptance. Like, I'm cool with this. This is happening. Marlin is the bargaining part of itself because he is just,
I would do anything to prevent this from happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that theory. I still think Marlin's a bad dad. Most of his kids died.
Yes, we've talked about that one.
Like he's got like a 0.00001.
Well, not if you hold the theory.
Yeah.
He has a zero.
He has zero survival rate.
Your theory proves my other theory. I like your theory. Marlin is a bad dad.
So if you can't tell, Disney
is evil.
It's evil.
It's evil.
Disney is very evil.
Disney is the Disney villain in our lives.
Oh goodness, yes.
Today,
in
currently.
some ways, yeah.
Yeah, they're like a corporate demon that just goes around eating anything good.
Yes. All right, what else we got, guys? Because I can't be the only one to have this. I've got like 2 more, and both of them are a little just.
I have a lot of hot takes, especially with Disney stuff.
My greatest one was the one you guys were like, and then ran away with.
No, I loved it. I thought it was great.
At the end of Titanic, they should have thrown Rose overboard and kept the diamond.
Okay, well here's mine. Okay, so because we talked about this earlier, I don't like Titanic. That's my hot take. Titanic is extremely overrated.
I would agree. I think the reason it became popular was because of
A song.
the song, and that's the reason why
I
people.
love the song.
I hate it.
Why? Okay, I wasn't born in the Titanic time.
Neither was I, but I mean, I was there for the movie.
No, the time. No, I wasn't there.
I saw the movie in a theater.
No,
my first time seeing it was actually in a movie theater. I was there when it came out.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So I didn't
I don't
have
even remember when
the
I first
weight.
saw it.
I didn't have the weight of like all the hysteria of the movie first coming out, and everyone's like, "It's breaking all the records. This is the best song ever. We're gonna play it like it's Mariah Carey on Christmas all year." You know?
Yeah,
Like I didn't experience that, so I didn't have the disdain for the song. I have the song on my playlist. I love the song, but a good song doesn't make a movie.
it made that one.
It made Free Willy.
Very true. That is very true.
What
Free Willy,
song is even in Free Willy? That's so popular.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I don't even remember the song,
Man
but I
in the Mirror?
remember that it was Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
Michael Jackson Free Willy song.
yeah.
Yeah,
What
he
the-
did
Well, it's
the
just
theme
like-
song to Free Willy.
It's just like Space Jam. I mean, now Space Jam is a great, great movie. The first one. Hate the remake. But Space Jam was as a phenomenal movie. But without R. Kelly, the movie didn't hold the hype.
Oh, dude, no, I do kind of like this song, but it doesn't make Free Willy a good movie.
It made the movie. It's like
It made the movie popular.
Yeah,
was
it's
the
what
point.
made it memorable.
I've seen Free Willy like twice, and I don't get it. It's literally just
I
a
honestly-
kid. It's literally just a kid who's like, "We got a Free Willy," and then a like whale does a thing, and then the movie ends. Like that's the whole movie. Nothing happens.
because he was dying.
Oh, he's dying, and then so.
Well, back then you couldn't do that.
I think I might have seen it once, but I would have been a child, so it's been at least 2 decades since I've
can't-
seen that
Yeah,
movie.
it's been a few times. I've seen it a few times.
I can't get emotionally invested in a whale. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't. If it was like The Last Whale, it'd be kind of sad, but it's not The Last Whale.
No.
It's like one of many whales.
But it's something that okay, that movie sparked the whole, because it came out, and then orcas became very popular, and then it kind of faded away, and then they were like started replaying it again, and then it came out with the whole Blackfish thing, which is it's a documentary talking about SeaWorld and about the abuse of the orcas and stuff in captivity, and it's kind of sparked a whole movement in that, and it's like, okay, I can get behind getting invested in like a killer whale because of the fact of this thing has been in captivity for so long, and it's about to die because people are stupid, and we have to save it one way or the other.
It's got a good message, but it wasn't a good movie.
The one that I can't get behind, Flipper. Flipper, to me,
I don't know if I've seen
I don't think I've seen Flipper.
I can't get behind that one because I don't care about dolphins.
Did you ever?
But
Did you ever see the one about the seahorse?
What?
It's like a knockoff of Free Willy, but it's about a seahorse. Like a
Was it a cartoon?
no,
Was it direct?
no, it's not
or
like
something?
the animal, a seahorse. It's like a Loch Ness monster ripoff.
yeah,
Called the Seahorse.
I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it.
It was. I watched like the first half, and then even as a kid, I was like, "This is dumb. I don't want to watch this." And I
There
walked,
should be a
I
straight
walked
to video
away.
cartoon about the Loch Ness monster.
There is Land Before Time,
Such a sad movie.
dude. And there's like a million of them. They still make those, don't they?
Yeah, I think they stopped at like 22. There's at least like 20 of them out there. The first one obviously is the best one. I mean, that movie
Yeah.
made my childhood.
Nah, screw Lion King. That wasn't the saddest death. Littlefoot's mom dying
Yes.
was sadder.
Yes. That was tragic.
Yeah.
Now I'm sad.
Okay, but okay, I got a really dark joke to lighten the mood.
Oh goodness.
So okay, so the actress who played Littlefoot's mom, she did a really good job sounding like she was gonna die.
Yes.
And it made me think, what if when they recorded that, she was on her deathbed
Oh.
and they had like the mics and everything, and they're like, "All right, say the line,"
Oh, that would be bad.
and she's like, "Littlefoot, Littlefoot." Her last words. Sorry, Littlefoot.
Goodness. Yeah, that's just bad.
Sorry, that's dark. I know. Okay, Titanic.
Yes, back to the original.
Titanic. I don't like it, and I think it's overhyped. I think the action at the end is dumb. I hated every character. I hated every character except maybe the captain. I hated Jack because he's trying to ruin a marriage. I hate the guy because he's a bad husband. And I hate the girl because she's a bad wife. Everyone's a piece of garbage.
They're not married yet.
Oh, engaged. Still.
I will say that, yeah, 3.5 hours into that movie, I could not get behind a single character. Like,
thank you.
I think the movie's only 3.5 hours long.
That's
yeah,
what
the
I'm,
whole
that's what I'm
movie
saying,
did a bad
though.
job of grabbing
with the
him.
whole movie. The person that I actually like was kind of like invested in
Mm-hmm.
was Bill Paxton's character at the very beginning of the movie when he's looking for the Titanic.
That he's looking for the diamond that happens to be in Rose's possession, but nobody knows about it.
But like Rose, even old Rose, young Rose, the captain, even the freaking violinist that is going down with the ship, I just could not get behind. Now, granted, it is a very tragic story, very tragic, true event that happened in history, but they screwed it up with Hollywood.
The one thing I will say, almost all the performances are good.
They're not memorable.
No, but they're well done. I think Leo and her and the captain and the main douchebag and the other side characters.
Kathy Bates did a good job. I will say that.
I think
I like Kathy Bates.
I think the actors for the most part did a good job. The issue is they didn't have a good script. They didn't have good directing. And when you don't have a good script and the plot line is just dumb, I can't get behind the characters because they're all pieces of crap being horrible to each other and disguising this as a love story. This is not a love story. This is about death and betrayal and hatred and pain. This is not a love story.
That, I think, is the reason why I couldn't get behind it.
Okay,
because of it being...
You know how when you watch a horror movie, you're like, oh, that character's dead. Oh, he's dead. Oh, she's dead. So would it be inappropriate to do that while watching Titanic? Oh, she's definitely dead.
You already saw it, so you know who dies.
Oh, more people die than... Okay, I mean, a lot of people did die, but...
No, only the named characters died.
They put a lot of attention to detail in. So, like, some of the kids you see earlier in the movie, you see them as corpses floating later on.
Another reason I don't like Titanic. They killed kids.
That actually happened.
That actually happened.
That part's fairly accurate.
What? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, man. Okay. I'll throw a hot take out here because you're talking about horror movies and things like that. Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh, it's so good.
Movie.
It's so good.
It's one of the best.
I saw it once. I remember
films ever.
I remember the gist of it. I don't remember the whole thing.
Officer, I'll tell you the truth. These kids keep coming up and killing themselves on my property.
Absolutely love that movie.
That was Steve the Pirate.
He threw himself into the wood chipper. That is a great film.
It's really
actually
good.
It's also wholesome. Surprisingly wholesome.
Yes.
Because I think Tucker, the bigger guy.
Yeah,
Tucker is like, he's just a nice dude, and he gets the night. That, you know what? Dale and Tucker versus the Force of Evil is a better love story than Titanic.
There's the hot take right there.
That is the hottest of takes, and I'll defend
man.
that to the death because they have genuine chemistry. They're not making the other person be unfaithful to anyone. He's protecting her, and she's being kind to him. It really is an endearing story.
Granted, she was kind of going out with the main.
Yeah, but he's died,
dude.
And when
At
your
the end.
no, you gotta understand, man. When your boyfriend's dead, you can date whoever you want.
Well, yeah.
Or when he's a killer, or a nut.
Well,
Cal shot at Rose and Jack.
Who?
That's very true.
Yeah, I hate everyone you just named. I'm okay with all of them dying. Okay.
Oh, man.
So the funny Dale and Tucker even has a better villain than Titanic. Because he's like not just funny, but he's like crazy and intense.
Yes.
It's like, we got to kill these hillbilly swine cuz they killed his he thinks they killed his family.
No, it was because his mom his mom
Was a hillbilly.
was like was like one of their type of people.
Yeah.
And he absolutely hated them for that.
Yeah, so like he's got this whole schizo plan to like go out there and kill people. And then his girlfriend falls in love with one of the people he wants to kill. That is such a good movie. Like that is such a good multi-layered.
It really
What you're saying is Titanic needed hillbillies.
No, what I'm saying is
Yes.
Titanic needed the writers that Tucker and Dale versus the Force of Evil had. Okay, it needed the right. Okay, because you take the writers from Titanic, you give them the Tucker and Dale budget. It would be a wickedly awful movie. But you do it the other way. You give the Dale and Tucker people a Titanic budget, 3 hours of comedy and romantic perfection.
That would be great.
That'd be great. And here's the thing. I'm not even kidding. It's a great movie on every level.
It really
There
is.
is no scene in that movie that's not amazing.
No, it really is good. Like it really is that good.
Dave, when you go home, watch that movie.
Like I did see it once, I just don't remember it.
Go
that
see
well.
it again.
You got to remember it, and you got to
watch it
remember
again.
it. You got to remember it being the greatest movie of all time. It's literally in my top 5. I love that movie.
Noah's pulling Kanye here. I'm gonna let you finish here in a second.
But Dale and Tucker.
But it didn't have a song by Celine Dion.
That's what you think. You don't even remember. Actually, it does. All you have to do is during the intro, you just mute it and you play the Celine Dion song. And then when the characters start talking, you just turn it off.
Or as the guy's like jumping into the wood chipper, just slow it down.
That's such a good movie. I ain't trying to hurt nobody. These teenagers keep killing themselves on my property.
Oh
man.
I love that movie. Like it's such a good one.
It is.
And see that okay. I think the reason why I like that one so much is because it's original.
Yeah, it really is.
It makes you think because when you first go into the movie, you're like, okay, this is just another slasher film, Hicks running wild. No, it is just like from the very first kill scene, it keeps you on the edge of your seat, just the comedic effect of it alone.
Yeah, the one of the funniest scenes in that is when they're fishing and then the teenagers, they're college kids, not teenagers. Yeah. The college students are like out there playing in the lake too, and they see their boat and they get kind of scared, but one of their friends like falls in the water. So he goes in and he saves her from drowning, and they put her in the boat, and he's like, "Hey, we got your friend, like she's okay." And then the college students are like, "They got her, we gotta go."
Oh, man.
I love that movie. I'm gonna go home and watch that.
That needs to be okay. If we do get into one of the the movie podcast things that we've been talking about. I think this will happen at one point or another. That will be one of the first movies.
Have to be.
Yes.
Man, there's so many movies that are not as good as that movie.
No, really. And and the thing about it is it's such an underrated movie too, because everybody hated it because of the fact it didn't follow the rules. It was the exact opposite. And it's like, okay, just like every movie has to have its rules.
Mm-hmm.
No, here's Tucker and Dale. It's like, screw it. We're doing our own thing,
Dude, it was so good. Well, so the way I found it is I was just scrolling on Netflix back when I had Netflix, and I just clicked on it. And I was like, this looks like my friend. We went to the horror section. It's in the horror section, and we were like, this looks dumb. And we clicked on it, and then it was the funniest movie ever.
Yes.
So I will defend that movie. Okay, that is a better movie than Forrest Gump.
Oh, okay.
That is a take.
That is a better movie. That is a better movie than most of Star Wars. That is, yeah.
So they need to come out with a sequel, Tucker and Dale versus Darth Maul.
No, don't touch it. Don't ruin it.
Don't ruin.
Don't touch it.
Good thing.
It's perfect. That's my hot take. The perfect movie exists, and it is Dale and Tucker versus the forces of evil.
It's just Tucker and Dale versus evil.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
The forces of evil?
No.
Bro, I'm having a Mandela effect moment.
Yeah, I think you are. You keep saying it, and I didn't want to...
No, it's okay. I'm happy you did.
Didn't want to correct you, but yeah, it's It's like if you're gonna
Oh
call
my
it,
gosh, it is called Verse Evil.
yeah, if you're gonna call it a great movie, it's like you got to at least get the title right.
This movie I don't know the name of is awesome. I watch this movie like twice a year.
It's been a little bit since I've seen it, and yeah, I do need to go back and rewatch it. So yeah, okay.
This guy is the pirate from SpongeBob.
Yes, no, not SpongeBob.
What?
It's not the pirate from SpongeBob.
Sorry, what?
From Dodgeball.
He's Steve the Pirate.
Oh,
from
Steve
Dodgeball.
Yes, and okay, there is a hot take there. I think
Dodgeball is great.
Dodgeball is a great movie. I
Dodgeball
think
is great, yes.
Alan Tudyk
Yes.
is one of the best actors alive.
I'll say he's underrated. He's actually a very talented voice actor.
Oh, he is. He's
Okay, every non-Pixar Disney movie that has been released in like the last 10 years has had him playing some role.
yes.
Bro, he's in Encanto, Big Hero 6.
Yep.
What did I just say?
Yeah,
in-
I'm agreeing with you. I'm giving evidence.
He's in Moana as the chicken.
Yeah, he's the chicken.
What?
Yes,
That's so
he is the
stupid.
chicken in Moana.
Have you seen Wreck-It Ralph?
Oh. Dude, Wreck-It Ralph has like all celebrity cast.
Wreck-It Ralph
Yeah.
is a very good movie.
He was
as
King
well.
Candy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude.
The first thing that I've ever seen him in, and by far one of the greatest TV series out there, is Firefly. He was in Firefly. It is a early 2000s, like early to mid 2000s show that unfortunately the Fox network just botched, but the actual series itself is an incredible series, and the movie that they came up with afterwards, Serenity, kind of like closes the storyline. Absolutely amazing. Like, I would say to go watch that if you haven't seen it either, because you will be a brown coat for life.
He played Superman
He did play Superman
in Justice
1.
League War.
Yep.
That is insane.
Yep. I forgot about that.
Okay, Dodgeball, the movie, Dodgeball.
Okay.
My favorite joke in that, second favorite joke. My favorite joke is if you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a dodgeball. Which is just, of course, that makes like a ton of sense, but also no sense at all. But my second favorite joke is Steve the Pirate fixes his life. He becomes a successful member of society. He's like, yeah, I got a job and a haircut and a car. And they're just like, but we need you to be a pirate. He's like, oh.
Okay.
He's like, of course. And then, but like by the end of the movie, he's still just a guy who thinks he's a pirate.
Yes.
Who like goes to the gym a lot. Like he needs help. Steve was fine. You guys you ruined Steve's life to keep open a gym for a guy who doesn't care about you.
There's actually a whole fan theory about that. I don't know if I have the time to get into it, though, and I don't remember all the details.
Well, you haven't given us
About
anything yet,
Dodgeball.
so
Dang.
So
Dang.
the fan theory goes...
just being honest.
The fan theory goes that Steve the Pirate is actually an ex-naval officer with PTSD. And he uses the pirate persona as a form of escapism.
His coping mechanism.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
It's hilarious. Yeah, because like I just think of okay, so I've been watching the Purge movies,
Okay.
and I just thought of like Steve the Pirate during the Purge. Just like firing like real cannons off of buildings and just being like, I ain't going back to Nam.
Oh man.
I mean, that's basically it. And the theory goes that Peter, Vince Vaughn, essentially kind of knows this. And that's why when he has his, breakdown in the middle of the movie, or well, more towards the end of the movie, he's like, you are not a pirate. It's because he's thinking, if I can't escape this reality, then why can you? And that's why he snaps him back in. And then by the end, of course, he's had a change of heart. So he's like, you're my friend, you're a pirate.
That's it.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is actually interesting.
I buy it. So it makes more sense than just that's a pirate, So I like it.
Yeah.
But
That's something about something I like about some fan theories is it gives more context to the characters than the actual movies do. Because so many of these movies, you just see a character and there's there's something off with them, but there's no background to it at all.
There's no explanation as to
Yeah,
why.
there's no character art. It's just here's
Sometimes
a character.
that's on purpose. Like it's supposed to be left open to interpretation.
Right.
Like Steve the Pirate.
Like, we'll go with that one, like Steve the Pirate. All right, I've got one last one.
Okay.
And I feel bad because like I've been the one giving all these theories and stuff out, and Dave's just over here looks like he's about to fall asleep the entire time.
Well, you keep discussing things I haven't seen, so I don't really have anything to add to
Okay,
that.
that's not my
Watch
problem.
stuff.
Okay, here's a hot take: watch movies.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, like Dale and Tucker versus Evil.
You almost did it again.
Yeah, shut up. But yeah, Dale and Tucker and the evil folk, like you gotta watch it. It's amazing. And
Well, maybe you guys need to watch the 2 Lego movies and the Lego Batman.
I've seen them.
I've seen the 2 Lego movies. I have only seen part of Lego Batman.
Watch Lego Batman.
I
Lego
wanted
Batman's
to.
a better love story than Titanic.
I want to see.
There's no love story in that.
Watch it again.
I need to go back and watch it because yeah, I do like the Lego movies. The first one, second one was okay.
I watched the second one the other day, and I kind of like it.
Lego Batman is a love story between Batman and Joker. Obviously.
Oh, yes, of course.
It is. That's the whole thing. He like misses him. It's like the whole point of the movie is their relationship.
That is a fan theory that he doesn't kill him because he actually cares for the Joker so much.
So
that
he's going to let him
trying
kill a bunch of other people.
He's trying to actually break through to him because he realizes the potential that the Joker could have to help people.
So there's
But the Joker just keeps
Murdering people.
murdering people.
there is a scene in one of the animated movies where Nightwing has Joker like kidnapped him, and he puts a gun at Batman, and he's like, "Decide him or me. You either shoot him or I shoot you, or I'll shoot myself, or something like that, right?" And he's like, "Why don't you just kill him?" He's like, "I'm not talking about anyone else. I'm not talking about any of your other enemies. Just this guy, because you know what he does, and you know what he did to me." Because that was Tim Drake, right?
Right.
And Batman's like, if I do that, if I allow myself to go to that place, I won't come out. If he kills him, he will just he thinks he'll just rampage and just start butchering people. So, which is
Where's that Batman movie? I want to see it.
watch the animated DC movies, dude.
The animated ones are good. Also, I think Robert Pattinson is going to get to that point.
Where he kills people?
I think he's going to get to that point. I think it's going to break.
I'm okay with that.
I think it's going to come to the point because we already know that
Like
Joker,
Robert Pattinson as Batman, or just Robert Pattinson? is gonna
Robert
start-
Pattinson is gonna snap. He's gonna be like, "I'm Batman," and just start killing people.
Can you imagine Batman and then just like standing in the sun and sparkling?
Robert Pattinson's
of-
wife found dead. Ring door camera. Last words heard were "for justice." Before
I am
Robert
vengeance.
Pattinson brutally beat.
Jeez.
I am
No. I do think that it could get to that point because of going back to the Batman part.
Sorry, the point where Robert Pattinson pretends he's Batman and starts killing people.
I mean, he was a disco ball for a few years, so
That wasn't his fault.
no, it was because he took the role.
Yeah, well, they wrote a bad. Actually, Twilight is one of the best comedy movies of all time.
If you take it as a comedy,
It's a no.
See,
It was written as a comedy, but little girls took it as a drama.
See,
it
I
was
am
written as a
forever
comedy.
like because of the whole thing. Because you got like Team Edward, Team Jacob. I am forever Team Guy in the van.
Oh, I'm Team Bear.
There was never a bear.
There was. So, okay. Or I'm Team Charlie, so Bella's dad. So at the beginning of the first Twilight movie, there's like all these killings, right? Because vampires kill people. And then Charlie is a cop, and he's like, must be that bear. And then there's another killing. He's like, it's another animal attack. So the joke is like, Charlie is convinced that there's a bear running around the town killing his friends. And it's literally his daughter's friends.
that he doesn't know.
Yeah. So it's like, so Charlie's like staying up at night drinking whiskey, like, I gotta catch that damn bear.
Jeez. Okay, so my last
your hot take. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. My last hot take. It's funny because it kind of filters in because we talked about Robert Pattinson and he's Batman now. And before that, he was Jacob. And before that, he was in Harry Potter.
Sure.
Without any other characters in Harry Potter, that kid would have died at age like 7. Talking about Harry Potter. Every single movie, every single book that you come out with, it is never Harry Potter successfully doing things without the help of his friends.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's kind of a loser.
He is a twerp.
Yeah. Draco Malfoy deserved better.
Oh, definitely.
Well, I mean, that reminds me of the Pokemon theory. Like, okay, if you've seen the original cartoon,
Mm-hmm.
Ash is a horrible trainer.
Yes.
He gets most of his gym badges by luck,
Yes.
and that's it.
But
He just sucks.
Harry Potter relied so much on everybody else. I mean, even the very last movie, the last Horcrux was, because Harry had already died. Harry was a Horcrux. The last Horcrux was the snake. If it wasn't for Neville.
Yep.
Neville is the real chosen one.
Neville, yeah, I believe so.
Neville is the real chosen one. Changed my
He
mind.
came up with the Sword of Gryffindor out of nowhere, and the lore is the Sword of Gryffindor comes to those who need it the most.
Also, I'm very uncomfortable with how creepy Snape is in regards to Harry's mom. Because literally every time he sees him, he thinks of his mom, and he just hates him.
Well, he was so in love.
That's obsession, bro. That ain't love. He was obsessed. He was like a creepy emo kid who's like, I like the way your hair smells. That's like what he was. He was creepy. He was weird.
He was weird.
He was cool. Alan Rickman did a really good job with that character, but
Yes.
that's just the writing of the character of Snape, not Alan Rickman's performance is my issue. The one scene I love is with the Half-Blood Prince in that film where Harry finds his journal and it's him, it's Snape. And he tries to use one of Snape's spells on him.
Yeah.
And Snape flings that and does it to him. And he walks over. He's like, "You really think you can use my own spell on me, punk?"
Yeah. Yeah, it was that was a good one. But yeah, that is my take. I like the Harry Potter movies. I like the books. But I think Harry Potter is the biggest wimp out of the entire series.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even there's a theory that's out there that without Harry, while Harry Potter is being raised, he's being trained, the original wizards who wrote the Marauders map, which one of them we know to be his dad, each took turns taking care of him. Each and every one of them died taking care of him. These were some of the greatest wizards in their class.
Except for the rat.
Mm,
Who do you think Wormtail is?
No, I'm fairly sure he died. Didn't he die in the last last
He did,
movie?
but I doubt he was protecting Harry for any reason, since he was, team other guy.
Well, yeah, but you don't know that until the third one, and even then, he did actually kind of take care of him a little bit because in the third movie, there were times where Harry was in danger and he was protected by some unknown person. The theory being that it was what's his name, the rat, because he was trying to keep Harry alive long enough to get him to Voldemort. So he did actually protect him up to a certain point.
The one main issue I have with Harry Potter
Is he
is
a pussy?
well, no, the whole magic system is really bad. It's really, really bad. It's really sloppy and dumb.
Well, yeah, they have a corrupt bureaucratic government.
No, the magic system, the way that she designed how their magic works is dumb. Literally, it's it's the insta-kill spell. That doesn't sound that powerful. What about a light everything in that room on fire spell? That sounds way worse.
There is one.
Okay, then why is everyone so scared of Avada Kedavra?
Because it's so quick and there's no counter for it. There was no counteract. There was no counter. There was no counterattack.
You can still escape a burning building. You can't escape a killing curse.
No, but I mean like a curse that like has just fire appear on the ground. Like that sounds cool.
It had to come. It has to come from somewhere. It can't just.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They have a really crappy magic system. Like, why didn't anyone just shoot Voldemort?
Because there were no guns.
Why are there no guns in the Wizarding World?
Because it's England, and England.
Well,
is
that and
a
he had
gun-free
Horcruxes,
zone.
so he could always come back.
Okay, it's England. They don't have. Why didn't no one shiv him? Why didn't nobody just like?
I mean, they should have shot Child Voldemort before he became Voldemort, but
No. Voldemort had some good ideas, but that's not the point.
But yes, like even anybody who, if it was me, and I met Harry Potter, I would run. Because anybody who ever truly came in contact and who ever truly befriended Harry Potter
dies.
it nearly dies.
Yeah.
If not dies.
Except for his two best friends.
Yes.
Yeah, but
And
I'm
even
not either
then,
of those people.
Even then, they're so.
They get tortured and that, fun stuff.
Yeah, and they're so mortified by the end of it that they move on and actually have very little to no contact with Harry or his family.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's something that I thought was really cool too, and it's just kind of a small little fan theory type thing at the very end, is that Dudley, his cousin, ended up growing up having children of his own, which they became wizards because of Harry's mom being Petunia.
Yeah.
Petunia's sister.
No. Or yeah. Harry's mom was Lily. Petunia was
the sister.
Okay, yeah.
Or the aunt. So it skipped Petunia. She was jealous because of Lily, getting the powers, and Petunia, she didn't. At which point, later on, Dudley ends up having kids that become wizards, and Petunia and Vernon cut him off and have no contact with Dudley whatsoever. In fact, the only person that actually truly had any sincere form of like emotional support for Dudley was Harry.
That's true.
That's because Harry knows what it's like to grow up without that.
Right.
Harry's a humble person.
Right.
Yeah, he has to be because he sucks.
Yeah. I mean, you got to admit
Nothing worse than being an arrogant wuss.
it. Right. To be you can't even call him a hero because
He stumbled into it.
Yeah, he didn't do anything. Like the only movie that he actually did something with was the second one, The Chamber of Secrets. But even then, the freaking bird did more than he did.
Yeah. I think you're right.
I mean, okay, we're going to go into this really quick.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, yeah, Titanic is overrated and Harry's a loser. Watch Dale and Tucker. That's the moral of the story.
That
guys.
it really is.
All of these movies need Steve the Pirate.
Well, one of them did.
Yes.
Steve the Pirate could totally kill Voldemort. Like, I'm not
Just throw a dodgeball.
I'm
at
not
him.
threatened by Voldemort because sorry, Dave. I'm not threatened by Voldemort because Voldemort is just like a dude with a kill stick. That's all he is. He's
Kill
just like
stick.
he's like, I'm the evil guy. Magic word, and then I point at you, and if the laser that comes out of my stick hits you, you die.
Again,
That's
there was
not scary.
There was no counter to it.
Yeah, moving is the counter.
You couldn't move fast enough for that.
He has to say it.
Not necessarily.
No?
No. Voldemort was actually powerful enough that he did not actually have to say a spell
Okay.
in order to make it happen.
So maybe he's scary, but here's what you do. You're like, oh, they're going to target the school. You wait for them to target the school. You have like bats and axes and like,
they did wait for them to target the school, and got annihilated.
No, they should have jumped him with real weapons. No magic sticks. Don't use your magic sticks. Stab him in the face multiple times until he stops living.
But that doesn't destroy the Horcruxes.
Okay, well then when he comes back, you kill those. This is a no diff problem.
No, because see, for your argument, there is the problem because, as Dave has said a couple of different times, the different Horcruxes are what kept him alive.
Yeah.
Even you do any kind of like physical harm or anything to Voldemort, which ends up happening in the fourth one, because he and Harry have their duel. Harry actually strikes Voldemort with his spell. It does physical damage to Voldemort, but not enough to kill him because of all of the different Horcruxes that are out there.
But by the time the last movie happens, most of them are destroyed.
Because they had to
Harry
destroy
and
them.
his friends went hunting them and destroyed them.
But they didn't even, for the most part, have to use magic to destroy them.
Yeah,
yes, they did. The Sword of Gryffindor, which was impregnated with basilisk venom, which is one of the few things that can destroy a Horcrux.
Yes.
Okay.
Not just any sword would have done that.
Okay, fine,
Yeah,
fine.
'cause
You need
hence
the
the
magic.
second one,
You
'cause
need
of
the
the,
magic to unlock the secret doors and
diary.
things in the way to destroy the thing. Fine, but if we're talking about just killing the homie, if you kill him, he won't come back for a couple years. Just every couple years, just kill him. He's not that scary. It's a dude in a cloak with a kill stick. It's not scary. Just hit him in the head real hard, and then you'll be good for like 20 years.
By the time he got fully assembled, because that's basically
Yeah, he has to get re-put together. He's Play-Doh man. I'm scared of Play-Doh Bald Boy. He's not scary at all.
by the time he got fully became a full human form again, physical form again, he was already strong enough to withstand anything that was given. That's the reason.
I disagree. I want to test that. I bet a 50 cal would do a number on Voldemort. I bet even an AR round to the face would do a number on Voldemort.
Again, London is
They have shotguns.
They don't.
Yes, they do.
Not
You just have to
London.
keep the ammo in a separate part of your house.
London is a strict. London is basically.
Oh,
Chicago.
you're right. The city.
Yeah, the city of London.
itself.
Now, England.
Do they have bayonets?
I'm sure somebody does.
They have
somewhere.
kitchen knives. Kitchen
There are
knives are
more.
sufficient.
There are more deaths by hammers in England or in London than there are anywhere else in the world.
So hit
they-
Voldemort with a hammer.
Yes. Do you know how brutal getting hit in the head full swing with a big hammer would? Dude, yeah. It's like
no,
getting
I don't know how
shot.
brutal that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had that happen.
Okay, well, we'll go find Voldemort. We'll show you. It's
Hit him with a hammer.
with a hammer. Like, okay, you
Problem solved.
look. What I'm saying is, 1 or 2 people might die, but when like Adolf Hitler started invading other countries, killing tens of thousands of people, we weren't like, oh, don't say his name, he's invincible. Like, no,
So what you're saying is that
Voldemort's a wuss, and everyone in Harry Potter's stupid.
if Harry Potter was made in America, it would be the shortest movie ever.
Yeah, it'd be like, oh, there's this great Dark Lord. Okay,
Bam.
well,
Well, like,
yeah, like
why couldn't they just hit
20
Hitler
years later,
with a
kill him
hammer?
again.
Why couldn't they just hit Hitler with a hammer?
They weren't in the room. That's why. He was surrounded by guards. How many guards does Voldemort have? Like 6, and they're all like anorexic emo people.
Voldemort
This is-
has like a whole legion of followers.
No, he doesn't.
And trolls.
Oh, trolls.
And
Bro,
what you call
Give
it?
me one helicopter and a minigun.
Dementors.
Oh,
Dementors, yeah.
Can Dementors be physically harmed?
No. They're entities.
Silver bullet.
The only thing that could repel them.
Oh, bro. If we're talking real life, no problem. Just get an exorcist.
The only
Dude,
thing
2
that could
exorcists,
really-
problem solved.
We need Beetlejuice.
No, an exorcist with a hammer is all it would
Okay,
take.
Beetlejuice I think could take Beetlejuice and Voldemort fighting back and forth. That would be the fight of the century.
Hollywood, get on it.
Voldemort is
Don't tempt them.
yeah, they're like ruining any love that I had left for Harry Potter is this discussion. Because I just realized how dumb that whole freaking thing is.
See?
Like okay, what if Lily and James just shot him? I'm going to kill your baby.
They weren't expecting See,
Doesn't matter. Have a gun anyway.
They were in hiding at the time. Oh, yeah, they should have been
were.
prepared
the best
then.
the best place to hide with a gun.
if they were allowed to have guns.
Oh no, just break the law. You're wizards. You're magic people. The law does not apply to you.
Oh.
Or in Britain, like there's a guy who, I don't know if you ever heard of it, the Ludi. The guy made a submachine gun out of stuff he found in a hardware store in Britain after they banned guns.
Yeah.
So as long as you can find ammo, you can buy ammo there. Or you can easily smuggle ammo in. What I'm saying, 3D, you can 3D print a gun. Like, there's so many ways to get guns. And even without a gun, plywood to the head. It does numbers. it does great things. Just beat the crap out of Voldemort. He's
See,
just
now-
a guy.
Now you got me thinking of another hot take, but we don't have time for it.
That's fine.
So we'll have to get into that one
So
later.
okay, but we've established that the main character of Harry Potter is a wimp,
Yes.
and that the villain is also a wimp.
I have to agree with that one.
Yeah.
Voldemort does not live up to the hype.
No.
Yeah, he doesn't even kill anyone important
He does not live up to his own hype.
because
He's a disappointment.
Snape kills the old guy.
Dumbledore?
Thank you.
Dumbledore.
Yeah, Snape kills Dumbledore.
Well, yeah, but he did that to keep.
I know why he did it, but like you'd expect the big bad to do it.
He wasn't allowed in the castle.
Yeah, I know. I know the reason why, but it's a bad writing decision to have the big bad not kill the teacher character.
I don't.
You don't agree?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
We-
Well, but
we-
like who did
We really don't have the time to get into this.
Okay, that's fine. All right. That's all right.
We can make all the time we want, Dave.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
can come
We
back to
really
this
don't
in
have
another
time.
episode
Yes, there will be more hot take episodes.
Yeah.
on Harry Potter. Apparently,
Let us know.
Apparently, yeah. I'm gonna have to rewatch these and like.
Let us know what you guys think. Send us a message, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I don't know. Can we message on our website?
not at the
Try
moment.
it. Just
Try it if you
try
can.
it if you can't. It's your fault.
But no, let us know what you guys think, what your favorite hot takes are. We will discuss them as well as many others coming up in the near
Yeah.
future. This has been a very interesting episode because was not expecting to get into the stuff that we did.
Just hit him with a hammer.
Just
That's how I feel about Chucky too. Just kick him. Just
that is the hot take. If you guys take nothing else out of this episode, take this. Hit him with a hammer.
yes.
I'm John.
Sometimes you gotta kill a guy.
Yes.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Noah.
It's great having you guys.